What's up, YouTube? It's Matthew's Coin and Card Collecting. Welcome to the channel. I'm just going to do a quick rip of opening day and show you the good stuff. So right now I have this because my audio cut out and I want to try to save some room on my storage because it's a little bit easier instead of uploading the full video. So it's going to be like a just the sauce video. So open the first pack and we get a Mike Soroka Rookie Cup card. That's pretty good. Then a couple cards later we got an Aristides Aquino and then a Gavin Lux, which is pretty good actually. Okay, with the first pack down, again, just the sauce, so mainly the good stuff. So let's get it open. Kyle Lewis, rookie's pretty good. Carlos Correa, the cheater. Then Brendan McKay's pretty good. Alright, that's pretty much it for the packs. I've told out a couple of inserts that I missed in the video, so not too bad actually. Abraham Toro, Kyle Lewis, Kyle Munoz, Gavin Lux, and Aquino. So that's pretty good.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey guys, it's Matthew's Coin and Card Collecting. Welcome to the channel. Here's a part 2 to this video where I show my Hall of Fame binder. Just to let you know, there are a couple of instances where there are not actually Hall of Fame players in it just yet, like Ichiro, Adrian Beltre, and Barry Bonds. So I put this binder together over the last couple of weeks, and I'd say it turned out pretty well. So let's get to it. Like I said, this looks like a pretty drab binder. It's blank and empty. When I say empty, I mean like it doesn't have covers or anything. But as you can see, it's just a plain binder. Once you open it, you'll see all the cards of all the Hall of Famers. So let's start. Like I said, Barry Bonds is not yet a Hall of Famer, but I think he will be in the Hall of Fame at some point. So we got Barry Bonds, some Topps, Upper Deck, and Donruss in here. You got Donruss, Topps, and more Topps. Next up, you got Eddie Murray, one of the best switch-hitting players to ever play the game. Most of these cards are him with the Orioles. There's one of him with the Indians. There's one of him with the Mets, which is kind of unusual. And one of him with the Dodgers. So he played with a lot of teams. There's also a backside to these. Some of these have backsides because there's a lot of Hall of Famers I have. Next up, we have Wade Boggs. I don't have the 1983 Topps Wade Boggs rookie, but I do have a lot of cards of him. From New York, even Tampa Bay, which is kind of funny, actually. He didn't play much for Tampa Bay, but that's pretty funny. I have a Tampa Bay card. And it happens to be Topps Chrome. 2 Topps Chrome Tampa Bay cards. 1987 and Upper Deck SP right here, so that's pretty good. Got a backside. You got this nice portrait, Donruss, and all these photos of Wade Boggs. It looks very nice. Then you've got a mixture here. See, some of these... Now, with a couple of these, I didn't have enough to fill up one complete sheet, so I had to combine them to make it easier. So in this sheet, I've got Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson. You got Dave Winfield All-Star, another Topps one. You got Reggie Jackson here with the Yankees and the A's and then the Angels. Then you got some more Dave Winfield on the back here, him on the Blue Jays when he won the World Series, him on the Bowman card, and him on the Angels, which was sort of a weird team for him to play with. Then we've got Mike Piazza, one of my dad's favorite players of all time. I know most of you probably think of Mike Piazza as not a Dodger, a Met. Like, you have a couple of him on the Mets here. But I personally and my dad think of him as a Dodger. He had over 200 hits one year in 1997, and he could have beat out Larry Walker for the MVP. And he hit 362 as a catcher. That's pretty impressive. Alright, so there's the backside. There's nothing on there. Next up, we got Craig Biggio. Not a great Hall of Famer, but he still get 3,000 hits, so he's still a Hall of Famer. So you got his score cards, Donruss. This happens to be his rookie card, 1989 Donruss. Got a couple of those, actually. And next up, we got Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas and Harold Baines. Harold Baines on the top and Frank Thomas right here. Frank Thomas rookie card right here. 91 Topps. A lot of Frank Thomas. Known as the Big Hurt. That's a pretty cool one. And we got Harold Baines 1989 Topps right here. Up next we got the all-time stolen bases leader, Rickey Henderson. Now this is pretty weird. I have a lot of his cards actually. Got him with the Blue Jays. Got him with the Yankees. Got him with the Red Sox at the end of his career. The A's, Yankees, A's, the Mariners of all teams. No, not the Mariners. The Padres of all teams. When he got his 3,000 hit. See, I got a backside to that sheet, so it's pretty much full. So if I were to get more Ricky Henderson cards, I'd have to start a new page. Then we've got a little bit of an unusual one. We've got Derek Jeter and Roberto Clemente. I don't have any true Roberto Clemente cards, so I've got a reprint of 73 Topps, a Topps Chrome 150th Finest, and a Topps All-Time Greats. And then I've got a bunch of Derek Jeter cards. None of them are really, really true cards, but of course Derek Jeter just got in the Hall of Fame this year, so I thought I'd throw him in my binder. Just Luis Gonzalez right there. That's just it's a league leaders card from 1999, I think it is, and it has Luis Gonzalez and Derek Jeter on it, but Derek Jeter's the only one who was important. But Luis Gonzalez did have a good career, actually. Then we've got a whole slew of pitchers right here. We've got two of them, actually. We've got Jack Morris, who got in at the Veterans Committee a couple of years ago with his 3.90 ERA. I know not a lot of people think that Jack Morris was the greatest pitcher, but he was a very good pitcher, actually. Then we've got Goose Gossage. Some of them say Reach. Some of them say Reach, not Reach. Rich. Some of them say Rich. And this one say Goose. It's a pretty cool page. Got another Jack Morris 1988 Topps. Then we got a bit of a combination since, like I said, it didn't really have that many. So we've got Don Sutton here, Mike Schmidt, and Bruce Sutter. That's a pretty good combination. Then we've got one of the best ground ball pitchers to ever play the game, Greg Maddux, over 300 wins. That's a pretty cool page. Got a couple more on the back. Then I've got not a full sheet, but got some Tom Glavines, including his rookies, 1988 Topps and 1988 Score, and a 1989 Bowman, which actually looks like it's from the same photo shoot. Just him looking at the camera, and this one he's just looking away at the camera. Looks like the same photo shoot. Like I said, same photo shoot. It just looks like a different photo because the seats are also the same too. Then we've got a couple of unusual cards on here with Ryan Sandberg, who's another Hall of Famer, second baseman for the Chicago Cubs. Full sheet, got some Topps, Donruss, yucky 1991 Fleer, Dream Team, and a Sportsman of the Year. I think that's for Score. A couple on the back. You got another Donruss from Modern Times because that doesn't have the logo on it. In a 1990 Upper Deck. Then you've got a whole slew of Mike Mussina. 5 Topps galleries, a Sportflix, another Studio, and a Leaf. Mike Mussina just got in the Hall of Fame last year, so I thought I'd throw a sheet in him. Unfortunately, I don't have many of the same cards, so I had to really maximize my space, so I just did a bunch of the same card on each page. Then we've got one of the best closers of all time, Dennis Eckersley. Got him here with the Cardinals, mostly with the A's, couple with the Red Sox. Yeah, but like I said, mostly with the A's because that was the team he was most known for. Then we've got Andre Dawson, one of the only players to ever win MVP on a losing team. So we got him on the Cubs, him on the Red Sox. I actually happened to also find him in his rookie card on the Expos from 1977 Topps. I had that sleeved and uploaded, so I'll show that to you again at some point. Then we've got Kirby Puckett, rest in peace. A lot of these nice cards. 1993 Topps Gold, that's a pretty cool one. 87 Topps All-Star, 90 Topps, 92 Topps is pretty good. Again, I got a couple of duplicates. Then you got Pedro Martinez. Not a lot of Pedros, but it's pretty much almost a full sheet. Got him with the Expos mostly and a couple of Red Sox. Then we've got one of the best pitchers of all time, Nolan Ryan. We got him on the Mets, it's not a real card. It's a reprint again on the Mets. Then we got him on the Angels in a couple of them, which is pretty cool. The Angels with the Mets 1971 reprint. The 5,000 strikeouts, and I like this card actually. 1977 Topps, 1976 strikeout leaders. You got Nolan Ryan and Tom Seaver, both Hall of Famers. That's a pretty great card actually. Then you got more on the back. You got a no-hit club, 1990 Donruss, throwback the clock to 1983 and 1987. This is pretty cool. Don't have much love right here, but Pudge Rodriguez is another one that's pretty good. Got a whole slew of Ozzie Smith, 84, 87, 87, 90, 90 Donruss, and 90 Topps. Pretty good. I got almost a whole sheet of Randy Johnson, which is pretty cool. Like all this Randy Johnson. Almost a full sheet. Then we got Edgar Martinez, who just got in last year. One of the only DHs to ever get in the Hall of Fame, which is pretty impressive. Got to speed up a little bit because I'm almost running out of time. We got a whole page of pitchers. You got Burt Blyleven, Tom Seaver, Jim Palmer, Fergie Jenkins, Phil Niekro, Raleigh Fingers, and Trevor Hoffman and Steve Carlton. That's pretty good. Then we've got catcher. We got a whole catcher's page. We got Ted Simmons, Johnny Bench, Gary Carter, and Gary Carter. Then we got a first baseman, and I'm just going to say infielders, actually. We got Tony Perez, Joe Torre, even though he's not actually a player here. He's a manager. He got in the Hall of Fame, but he was a great player overall. Joe Morgan, Alan Trammell right there, and Jeff Bagwell. Along with Lou Brock, even though he was the outfield, I just had no really room to waste a sheet. Then Jim Thome right here, another recent Hall of Famer. Then we got a whole sheet of Barry Larkin from the 80s and 90s, including in 2018 Topps. Not 18 Topps, 18 Donruss. Got a Rod Carew and Lou Brock sheet, along with Willie Stargell and Brooks Robinson. Like I said, I've got Ichiro right here, so he's not technically a Hall of Famer just yet. And Beltre, who's going to get in at some point. You got Tim Raines and Hank Aaron and Tim Raines. Then you got John Smoltz and Mariano Rivera. All the older guys: Stan Musial, Jackie Robinson, Ty Cobb, Warren Spahn, Ted Williams, Honus Wagner, Bobby Doerr, Johnny Mize, Christy Mathewson, Juan Marichal, Frank Robinson, Yogi Berra, Satchel Paige, Larry Doby, and Duke Snider. Then we got David Ortiz, who will get in the Hall of Fame at some point. Vlad Guerrero Sr., who's in the Hall of Fame. Lee Smith, Chipper Jones, for you Braves fans like Wento, I think you would like that. And Roy Halladay, who just got in recently. Then we've got a whole page of George Brett. My dad literally loves George Brett, so I thought I'd complete a sheet for him. Then another favorite player of my dad's, Jim Rice. He got 1977, 1989. You got Fleer, 80 Topps, and 88 Topps. And then Robin Yount, who used to do all both Hall of Famers. Like I said, this is a whole Hall of Famer place. So you got more Robin Yount and more Jim Rice. I got a whole sheet of Carlton Fisk, which is pretty cool, including a 1976 card, I think it is. That's 76. Yeah, 1976. And we got a whole page of Roberto Alomar. Not any rookie cards, but his rookie card would be cool to find, actually. We got a whole sheet of Cal Ripken, Mr. Iron Man. It's pretty cool. 87. On the back, you'll see, like, oh, you have Cal Ripken's rookie card. No, that's a reprint, and that's a reprint. And it's just included Cal Ripken Sr. because it's his dad, and he was a pretty good manager and helped them win the World Series. Then we've got Paul Molitor, one of the most underrated players to ever play the game, I'd have to say, because he had like 200 hits at like over the age of 35. And we got a whole sheet of Carl Yastrzemski. A bunch of Carl Yastrzemskis, 76, 79, 80, 83. Turn back the clock to 80, 67, 82, 81. And we got Kidd, Ken Griffey Jr., a couple on the Reds, mostly on the Mariners, though. Like I said, mostly on the Mariners, a couple on the Reds. Like I said, a couple on the Reds on the other side. And then finally, we've got Tony Gwynn, another guy, rest in peace. It's a very, very cool binder, I'd have to say. I know none of these cards are probably worth it, but it's cool to have a Hall of Fame binder of all the players my dad grew up with who are now in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, like, some of the older players. But let me know, what do you think of this binder? Comment down below what you think. Alright, like I said, like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think, and I'll see you later.